Welcome to the New Jersey Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. My name is Jasmine. I am your facilitator for our session. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping announcements. The first, you can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our amazing presenters at any point throughout our session today. Second, your camera and microphone are off, so we're unable to see nor hear you. Third, this is just one of many different sessions, so feel free to visit our registration site to sign up for additional sessions. And finally, this presentation will be recorded, so within about a week or so, you'll have access to that recording in case you missed any of the information presented today. With that said, I'm going to turn it over to our amazing presenters. Our first presenter for our session this evening is East Carolina University.
Thank you very much. All right, y'all. We're going to go ahead and get started. All right, so hey everyone, my name is Stephanie Molina, and I'm a freshman admissions counselor for East Carolina University. And I will be your freshman admissions counselor for all of New Jersey. So really quickly, ECU at a glance. It is located in Greenville, North Carolina. It does have our main campus, 2 athletic facilities, our health science campus, and our West Research campus. We also have our ECU Outer Banks Coastal Studies Institute. So if you're interested in studying right by the waterfront, it's an amazing opportunity for you all. We roughly have 28,000 students in total, but only 23,000 of those students make up our undergraduate population. We have students from all 100 counties in North Carolina, so we are out of state. 47 states, including the District of Columbia, and 72 countries. 4,000 of those students, it's their first year. So they'll be right there with you if you fall into that category. 12% of those students are out of state. So they'll be right there with you if you're in New Jersey. We get a lot of students from New Jersey, so hopefully you can board on ship. We also, 30% of our students are minority students. We love to make sure that our students feel at home, feel safe, and feel like they belong. Talking about the first year experience. So all of our students are required to live on campus their first year, but hey, that means that you don't have to worry about finding a place to live. We have 15 different residence halls, 3 different neighborhoods that you can choose from, and 17 different living learning communities that are communities built on shared interests and majors. You will never go hungry here. We have over 30 different dining options. And that includes 5 different Starbucks locations, so you will also never be caffeine deprived. And we also have the 2 of the newest student centers in our state. All right, so the academic side of ECU. So we do have roughly 84 bachelor's degrees. Some of our top majors, most popular majors, include nursing, biology, marketing, criminal justice, public health studies. So we have something here for everyone. So don't let this chart move you away from that. I know I said earlier that we have a fairly large population, but our student to faculty ratio is still 19:1. So we have that one-on-one connection with our students. We were founded as a teaching college, and we still produce the largest education professionals in our states. If you're interested in nursing, as you can see, that is one of our top majors. We train the newest and the most number of nurses every single year out of any 4-year institution in our states. We have the largest college of business and allied health sciences in our state as well. And if that's not enough, another great and fun fact is that we do have a College of Engineering, School of Dental Medicine, and Medicine at the same institution, and we're the only one in North Carolina. Over 20% of our students participate in some form of undergraduate research, which is a really great opportunity to start networking and building those connections. But the Honors College is also a really great program. So if you think you're an amazing student, you're willing to challenge yourself a little bit, the experience that you can have with the Honors College is a chance to join students that are like-minded peers. Every single student receives some form of tuition assistance, which is really great. Huge perk, especially being out of state. And we allow 200 students into each incoming class. Again, tuition assistance is the biggest perk. All right. Tuition, exactly how much is that? What do we award? So over 70% of our students do receive some form of tuition assistance. However, that wouldn't be possible without you as a student and your guardians to help you out with that process. So every single year, October 1st, just make sure to submit your FAFSA. It's super important to make sure you get the best opportunity that you can for tuition assistance. Our out-of-state tuition is it's $23,000 for tuition and fees. And then room and board, whether you're in-state or out-of-state, that's the same, $10,000. Just make sure to note that your dining meal plan option, that is included in that information. Back in 2018 and 2019, we did award $300 million. So just know that there's something here for you all, an opportunity to challenge yourself with your future. I always like to say that it is a pirate's life for you. If you're super into athletics, we're really big on athletics here. We have 18 different NCAA Division 1A teams. We're in the American Athletic Conference. Every single home game for you all is completely free. We also have other competitive sports that, of course, is not just only for NCAA Division 1A teams. So we have 36 different club sports, 30 intramural programs from soccer, fencing, equestrian team, bass fishing, wrestling. So there's something here for everyone. And if you're not interested in that, that is A-OK. We have 41 offices on our campus dedicated. It is their full-time job to make sure that you all have something here at ECU, so you'll never be bored. That includes over 500 different student organizations, which is really awesome. All right, just make sure to stay connected with us. Follow us on all social media platforms. This is my contact information, but don't worry, I'll make sure to put this on the chat. But yeah, we're here to help. We're the admissions office for a reason. We want to admit as many students as possible, but I will go ahead and pass it off to the next presenter.
Apologize, that was still muted. Hi, my name is Faith Banka, and I am the Assistant Director of Undergraduate Admissions at Felician University. So Felician University is a fairly small private university in Rutherford and Lodi, New Jersey. If you don't know where that is, they are fairly small towns near a lot of really cool stuff. So we're only about 15 miles from New York City, quick bus or train ride away. And we are also just 5-10 minutes away from the new American Dream Mall and MetLife Stadium. So because of our location, there is an endless amount of opportunities for internships, part-time jobs, and then eventually jobs after graduation. Like I said, we are fairly small. So we are about 2,400 students in total, about 300 freshmen. We have still a ton of majors. We have 60 plus majors and minors within 4 schools. And we're also rated the #1 safest campus in New Jersey. We are heavy on community service. We do about 10,000 hours of service per year. And we have about 511 residents on campus. So our first school is the School of Business and Information Sciences. We are very known for our School of Business. We also have our computer science major. And the cool thing about these are that we have 4+1 programs for both our business area and our computer science area. So you can easily get a master's and a bachelor's in just 5 years total. We also have stackable certificates as well. So these are just something that will add to your degree. Then we next have, I am sorry, for some reason, the PowerPoint just stopped on me. So I'm just gonna talk, I apologize for that. So next we have our School of Nursing. So in our School of Nursing, we are very, very well known for our School of Nursing program. We have a beautiful simulation center. And in our simulation center, we have a lot of opportunities for students to work hands-on. And this really prepares them before they are with patients in person. We also have an NCLEX pass rate of 98%. So students do really well in our nursing program. And because they do so well, they are quickly hired after graduation. Next, we have our School of Education. With our School of Education, we are really, really focused on special education in particular. So Every single one of our students receive a special education certification, and they don't have to take any additional classes for this. We also have a brand new autism studies major. So if you are interested in special education at all, Felician may be the school for you. And then last, we have our School of Arts and Sciences. This is our largest school. Within our School of Arts and Sciences, we have a ton of majors from criminal justice to fine arts to multiple pre-professional programs. So if there is a major you're looking for, we are likely to have it. And I'm gonna see if I can quickly get my PowerPoint up just to lastly get you some of the application details and my contact information. All right, so it is working again. So this is my contact information. If you have any questions along the way, please feel free to reach out. Our application can be accessed on our website as well as through the Common App. And we also have a fee waiver there for you. This year, you do not need test scores unless you're a nursing major. So you can submit the application with just your transcript, and then a personal statement and letter of recommendation is optional. And I am going to pass it on to the next presenter.
And Sherry, you are on mute.
You can see my presentation, correct? Okay.
Yes, we can.
Sorry, thank you guys. And so we are located in Lakeland, Florida, which is right in the center of the state, a quick hop, skip, and a jump from Tampa and from Orlando as well. We have about 3,500 students on our campus, 3,000 of which are undergraduate level students. We were founded in 1883, which does actually make us the oldest private college in the state of Florida. So we are a liberal arts school. We have over 70 programs of study for you to choose from. We have our AACSB accredited business school, which I can vouch for being top-notch. I'm part of our MBA program as we speak. We have a direct entry nursing program. We have our doctorate in physical therapy available for you, School of Education, science, art, theater, you name it. We've got it. We've got 16 pre-professional tracks. So we do have pre-med, pre-law, to name a couple of those. And we do have some 4+1 options. In other words, you would earn your bachelor's and your master's in 5 years when it comes to accounting, education, or business. So we have small class sizes. We're a close-knit community. We have about 18 to 20 students per classroom to one professor, and you'll always be taught by a professor. You will not be taught by a TA or a grad student. We also have an honors program for those of you interested in that extra challenge. We have a few guarantees I want to run by you guys. If you take anything away from the presentation, for Florida Southern College, remember this: we have 3 guarantees. We guarantee travel abroad through what is called the Junior Journey. The Junior Journey is a 7 to 10 day trip taken during your spring break or your fall break. And the way we guarantee this trip is the cost of the trip is actually embedded in your tuition. So therefore it is guaranteed. We also guarantee an internship across all majors. As you know, or may not know, 95% of employers are looking for experience in a new hire. So this is a great way to learn or earn that experience. And we also guarantee that you will graduate in 4 years from the resources that we give you. We've got great campus living. We guarantee housing all 4 years. We've got great clubs, organizations, over 100 clubs and organizations. And you will not go hungry, that's for sure. We have 8 dining options, so always something for everyone. We are Division II as far as sports go, or athletics go. We have a very strong intramural program as well, and a great club sports program, water ski, equestrian, a new esports arena. So something again for everyone. So as far as the application process goes, we are test optional. So all we would need, of course, are your high school transcripts. And we would also need your personal essay. The numbers on the bottom of the screen are not minimum requirements to gain acceptance to our college. This is just an average class profile. We do honor the Common App, or take the Common App, and we also take the Coalition app, and of course, our own Florida Southern College app. We do not charge an application fee, so please note that as well. We've got some great scholarships. I'll start at the top there. We have our prestige scholarships. These scholarships do require a separate application, and if you meet the criteria to apply for these, we will certainly give you ample time and ample notice to do so. Our merit scholarships, those are decided during your application process, and so there is no application for that. It's mixed in with your application process, and the matrix is pretty big on this. They go from anywhere from 7,000 a year up to 21,000 a year. If you are a Florida resident, then you will, we do note that we do honor prepay in Florida Bright Futures, but most likely there are no Florida residents here today. We do have special awards, talent awards for students with athletic abilities, theatrical abilities, musical abilities. So there's definitely a good amount of aid that does come out of Florida Southern College. And that is the end of my show. If you have any questions, please reach out. I do work with students in the tri-state area and happy to answer any questions that you may have. And I will now turn it over to Georgia Southern.
Thank you so much, Florida Southern College. I do just want to encourage all of our attendees, if you have any questions, feel free to utilize our Q&A section. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Georgia Southern University.
Awesome. So my name is Stephen Warner. I'm the Assistant Director for Freshman Admissions and a graduate from Georgia Southern University, and originally from Pennsylvania, 15 minutes, excuse me, from New Jersey. So definitely know what y'all are going through in terms of potentially looking out of state, maybe looking down south. Just to brag a little bit, we didn't have snow this year. And I was at the beach 3 weeks ago in about 80-degree weather. So I know there's us and some other Southern schools in here. So I had to put that plug for the beautiful weather that we have. Now, the cool thing about Georgia Southern University is that we're going to have 3 campuses, and they are all very different with the same requirements. So there's not like a main campus versus satellite campuses. Our first 2 are residential campuses. So that's going to be our Statesboro campus located in Statesboro, Georgia. So this is going to be more of your traditional college campus in a smaller Southern college town. So the town, as you can see on here, about 31,000, and then our students make up about 18,700. So the town almost doubles once our students are in classes here. A beautiful about 1,000-acre campus, but the walking part where you're taking all your classes is very compact and close by, so it's easy to navigate and just that traditional college feeling. On our Statesboro campus, we have lots of different majors to select from. So a majority of our majors are going to be here on the Statesboro campus. So we do have engineering, we have nursing, we have business, you name it, we pretty much have it, or something to get you on your career path that you would like to pursue here on the Statesboro campus. All of our Division I sports are going to be located here in Statesboro. So we are Division I in the Sun Belt Conference for majority of our sports. And as some others have mentioned, your tickets are covered. So in your tuition and fees, you pay an athletic fee so you can go to all those sporting events for no additional cost, and you get the best seats in the house. We always tend to put our students behind the opposing teams, dugout or bench, because we know you guys will be nice and warm and hospitable to our opposing teams there. So if you were to drive about an hour down the road to Savannah, Georgia, which many of you may have heard of Savannah, Georgia. This is going to be a little bit bigger city, especially when comparing to Statesboro, Georgia. And it's going to be a smaller campus. So when thinking of our campuses and locations, Statesboro is going to be smaller town, bigger campus. Armstrong campus in Savannah is going to be a smaller campus in a bigger town. And so the historic city of Savannah and the surrounding area has about 146,000 residents, but then the campus of Georgia Southern in Savannah, the Armstrong campus, is going to have about 5,200 students. So much smaller, much more compact, beautiful Arboretum campus. So as you can see, the average class size here is going to be about 19 students, where in Statesboro, it's going to be closer to about 30 to 35 students is about the average. So a little bit bigger due to the size. Our Armstrong campus is going to have some great majors, such as some of the education majors, but the big focus is definitely going to be in the health professions. We just opened up a brand new health professions building on our Armstrong campus. And so nursing, radiologic sciences, communication sciences and disorders, as well as physical therapy are all going to be located here on the Armstrong campus. And then the city of Savannah is fantastic, a beautiful historic city where students are able to enjoy internships and job, as well as all the cultural opportunities that come with a larger city. And then the beach being about 30 minutes away doesn't hurt either. And with our weather down here, it's easy to be able to go over to the beach. And so if you need to de-stress and get away, it's easy to get off campus and enjoy yourself in Savannah and in Tybee Island. And then our third and final campus is the Liberty campus in Hinesville, Georgia. So this is a smaller non-residential campus. So in our first two, you can live on campus, eat on campus, do everything right there on campus. And then this one is a single building, non-residential campus, more for our local residents of Hinesville, Georgia. So you guys really wouldn't be looking into this, but we wanted to share just so you knew that Georgia Southern had 3 campuses. So for this fall, we are test optional. So we're looking for at least a 2.6 GPA with your application. So we just need your application, $30 fee, official high school transcript. And if you have over a 2.6 high school GPA, we should be able to get you admitted. If you have between a 2.5 and a 2.59 GPA, then we are going to need SAT or ACT scores on file in order to get you admitted. Now, if you are a junior or younger in the room here, then we don't know what next year is going to look like in terms of test scores. More than likely, we will be going back to test scores. So plan for that left side there of the 2.5 with a 1030 SAT and a 20 composite ACT. But no essays, no letter of recommendations needed for admission to Georgia Southern. We're really just looking for your application, scores potentially, and then your transcript. Now, we also have a scholarship deadline, so it has passed for this year, but will be February 1st for next year. And then finally, visit us virtually. We have a Armstrong and Statesboro campus visit on March 27th and April 24th. These are Saturdays, and they are completely virtual. Great way to learn about our campuses, tour the residence halls, and get a really good feel for our campuses. So hopefully you guys enjoyed and are excited to learn more about Georgia Southern, as well as these other amazing institutions that we have here. And with that, I'm going to pass it off, and I'll put my contact information in the chat. But if you have any questions, let me know, and have a great evening.
Up next, we have Georgian University.
How's it going, everyone? Hope you can all hear me here. My name's Scott. I'm one of the admissions counselors here at Georgian Court. And so I'm going to kick things off since we got up here a little quick. First thing to start with is the 5 Mercy core values that we like to really try and put in everything we do at Georgian Court: respect, integrity, justice, compassion, and service. So if those sound like 5 things that you enjoy, 5 things that you're interested in your school really reflecting, then I think this is a place to keep in mind. One big highlight about Georgian Court is the sense of place that it offers. We are a relatively small school. Our classes are very small, about a 13-to-1 student to professor ratio. So it's very easy for you to get to know your classmates, get to know your professors, see them walking around campus, and it really helps you make you feel like you belong. That is always a one of the big highlights of our school that I like to tell people about. Just some quick facts about us. Founded in 1908, been around for quite a while, became co-ed just in 2013. Location-wise, we're about 15-20 minutes away from the beach. We're very close to Six Flags as well, and about an hour from New York City and Philadelphia. So a lot of really fun things to do, not too far away. These are what we have in our School of Arts and Sciences. Things like biology, social work, psychology. Those are probably the ones I would say that are the most popular on this list, but anything on here, there are still plenty of students and plenty of classmates that you'll get to meet and get to know. Nursing is probably the most popular program that we have, or at the very least, our most competitive. We have a partnership with Hackensack Meridian Health, gives us access to state-of-the-art labs. We have a new accelerated BSN program for anyone who has already completed a bachelor's degree but wants to go into nursing. So if you're interested in nursing, it is a bit of a two-stage acceptance process. We in the admissions office will review your application, and then it gets sent off to the nursing department as well. So make sure to really try and sell yourself up if nursing is what you're interested in. Business and digital media, we have these programs, business administration, finance, accounting, communication. Those I would say they're the most popular of the bunch, but as said before, anything you pick in here, you'll have plenty of people alongside you. Education is probably our number 2 school behind nursing. We have 4 different tracks: early childhood, elementary, ESL, and specific subject. Each option is built in with eligibility for teacher of students with disabilities endorsement. That's something you're guaranteed to come out of the program with, which really looks great on a resume, opens a lot of doors. So a really big highlight, I think, of our programs. If you're interested in studying abroad, up in the top right, you can see a few of the places we've sent students before. And on the left, you can see all of the different ways we offer of actually sending you abroad. None of the places in the top right are places you're particularly interested in. It's totally possible for you to work with the Global Education Office, and they can find some sort of exchange program to send you where you want to go. We have an honors program as well, offered at time of admission. If you are accepted to us, you may see that we offer acceptance into our honors program as well. That comes with an extra additional scholarship. There's honors housing as well. So a lot of great benefits that come with it. So something to keep an eye out for. Career services, of course, many people go into college all about getting that job afterwards. Over 92% of our graduates are in a major related job or graduate school within 6 months after graduation. So you know our career services office is very much on top of getting people where they want to be. And I will turn it over to my coworker Dominic now for the rest of the PowerPoint so he can get a chance to speak.
How's it going, everyone? So we're going to keep going right along. So residence halls, as Scott stated earlier, Georgian Court is a very small school. So we only have 4 residence halls on our campus. We are a heavy commuter school, but that doesn't mean that you still can't get the same connections and things that you would at a large school. Being a smaller school, you can get guaranteed parking, which is something that a lot of schools can't offer. And our first year students are allowed to bring their cars on campus, which is also pretty important for first year students. These are some of the clubs and organizations that we have. We have over 40 organizations to offer. Some academic clubs, you see our social clubs, performing arts, multicultural organizations, student government clubs, health and wellness, and mission and ministry. The only thing that we do not have right now, and I only say this because I know it's a big standpoint, is that Georgian Court does not have Greek life. But just because we don't have it now doesn't mean that it's not something that you can bring to our institution, because that's something that we empower our students to do. If we don't have a club here, we encourage our students to go ahead and start that club. Here are some of our leadership organizations. If you're looking to excel in the leadership department and really make a name for yourself on campus. So we have Women in Leadership Development, our Emerging Leaders Society, our Mercy Collegiate Society, and then of course our SGA, or Student Government Association, the organization that oversees all of our organizations on campus. We are a Division II school, so if you are an athlete, this is an opportunity for you to earn some type of scholarships. And here you see all of the teams that we have for our men and women here at Georgian Court. And if you aren't an athlete, you see our teams are pretty competitive. Our women actually just made it to the Sweet 16 for their conference. So even if you aren't an athlete, you can go and enjoy a good game. Georgian Court, with it being a private school, you're looking at about $16,000 per semester, or $17,000 if you are a nursing student. And these fees include your included with your meal plan. You're looking at an additional about $6,000 per semester. And then if you would like a single room, you're looking at about an additional $1,400 charge. I know those numbers seem scary, but I promise you, you can afford it. One of the biggest ways to afford Georgian Court is through our merit-based scholarships, which will automatically be accepted for based on your GPA. And those range anywhere from $8,000 to $19,000 for our full-time students. Then you have your other aid that you'll get, FAFSA, Pell, TAG grant, other outside scholarships. And then we even have a link on our GCU website where you can find some more scholarships that we have for our students. And here's just a scholarship grid for our merit-based scholarships. Here's just some information for you. In addition, for me personally, I like to highlight the Educational Opportunity Fund program. Since all of you are from New Jersey, this is a program that you should look into. Get a little extra money, get some extra help in school. I am the admissions counselor for the EOF program, and you can find my contact information right there. I'll also put it in the chat box for you as well.
That's all we've got. Thank you everyone for listening in. And with that, we will turn it over to, I believe it's the final school of the event.
Correct.
Great. Hello, everyone. How are you all doing tonight? I'm going to share my screen and get us started, as well as I'm going to include some information for you in the chat box. So you can feel free to take a look at some of those links as I'm going through my presentation, and my contact information is included. But my name is Lauren, and I'm one of the Senior Assistant Directors of Admission here at Gettysburg College, and I'm also a proud alumna of the class of 2016. So Gettysburg does hold a special place in my heart. To get us started, I think everyone should know that Gettysburg College is a highly selective national college of the liberal arts and sciences with about 2,600 undergraduate students. We are exclusively an undergraduate campus, which means that we do not have graduate students. So all of our academic focuses, all of our extracurriculars, all of our resources here at Gettysburg are really dedicated to that undergraduate experience. We also have a very unique location, which ties into our sense of campus community and how we interact with our local community. Being in the world famous town of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania certainly has its perks. If you love history, it is certainly a great place to be. But as you can see from the map on my PowerPoint, you can tell that we're also close to a lot of other metropolitan areas. So we have the benefit of being in a more suburban rural area. So you do have a very community-centric campus environment. We have a clearly defined campus community. But we're also not so far from places like Baltimore, Washington, D.C., most likely being the main metropolitan hub that students will make use of in their time at Gettysburg. But we're not a far drive from Philadelphia or New York either. And for all of you from New Jersey, it's about a 2.5, 3.5 hour drive to Gettysburg, depending on where you're coming from. A pretty easy drive at that. Our students represent about 40 states and 40 countries, so we are fortunate to be welcome students from all over to really have a great sense of geographic diversity on our campus. We are also a residential institution, so we do guarantee housing all 4 years for our students. And what that looks like in your first year is a more traditional style residence hall and a dormitory style building. But our upperclassmen housing can range from suite style to apartment style housing, again, located on campus. We also have 120 clubs and organizations at Gettysburg College. So with that campus community atmosphere, it means that students are getting heavily involved in a variety of organizations, ranging from our student senate to multicultural and cultural affinity groups, to community service programs, to outdoors and recreation clubs and organizations. So there really is a lot to do here on campus, but we also do have a fantastic connection to our local town. Some of that comes in the form of community service, but one of my personal favorite traditions is actually our first year walk. It means that during the second day of orientation, our students march from our campus down to the National Cemetery, where they are read a rendition of the Gettysburg Address. It's a rite of passage when you join our community to hear the history of this space, but also to hear a modern interpretation of how we are continuing on that path toward finishing that great work, and how you can be a part of that through your education at Gettysburg College. Speaking about what you're going to be doing in your 4 years at Gettysburg College, we have a rigorous academic program in the liberal arts and sciences that includes over 65 majors, minors, and programs. So many of the things that you may be thinking of studying, if you've thought of business or health sciences, psychology, political science, history, economics, some of those programs are some of our most popular, but again, there is a wide variety, including 65 majors, minors, and programs, and I've included the link for our academic programs in the chat. So you can take a look and see if anything piques your interest. As I mentioned, some of our most popular programs include business, organizations, and management, economics, and we also have an experimental economics lab and a Bloomberg terminal as part of our economic facilities. So that really does create a nice hands-on learning environment for students. We have a really popular health sciences program, which is a great path for students interested in pursuing a medical profession. So whether that be medical school or something like PA school, nursing, any kind of profession dealing with human health. Health sciences is a great fit for you. And again, with that relationship to Washington, D.C., through our Eisenhower Institute, which is one of our hubs for public policy on campus, and in Washington, D.C., we have an office. We also attract a lot of students interested in political science, international affairs, and public policy. So students looking to really make a difference and study the world around them. Gettysburg College is one of the few schools across the country to have an honor code that is completely student run. So this really does set the tone for the academic environment at Gettysburg, one of trust and one of collaboration. You will find that you are encouraged to be working in groups, that you are encouraged to be assisting, working with, and pushing forward your peers as they continue to do the same for you. So that spirit of collaboration really does come from our honor code. For our students, you have until the end of your second year to declare a major at Gettysburg College, and you'll have advising in your first year while you're sort of working on making that decision. And as soon as you declare a major, you will be assigned an advisor in that program. I do want to let you know that about 60% of our students study abroad at Gettysburg College. So we have over 100 programs for them to choose from. There's a lot of options abroad, and it is something that is very much a hallmark of the Gettysburg College academic experience. I do really briefly want to run through some admissions information for you all. We are a common application school, and we have been test optional for nearly 15 years. And so we do not require test scores, but we do require all of the pieces of the common application. In addition to that, we do require that students fill out the FAFSA, the federal financial aid form, as well as the CSS profile, which is a College Board form. As you can see, we do offer a range of merit-based scholarships. We do not require an additional application for the founders through the Lincoln Scholarship. If you are interested in applying for the Eisenhower, there is an additional application, and our deadlines for early decision 1 and early decision 2 are November 15th and January 15th, and regular decision is January 15th as well. Thank you so much. And again, my contact info is included in the chat.
So I want to thank all of our amazing presenters for sharing that information. That concludes the presentation portion of our college fair today, but we will open it up for Q&A. So I would love if all of our amazing panelists can return. Feel free to turn your camera back on, and I'm going to pose a question to each of you, and you will respond in the order in which you presented, right? So we'll start with East Carolina University. The question is, what is your favorite event or tradition on campus?
For ECU and for me personally, I was also an alumna. I absolutely loved Beach Fest. We have a North Recreational Campus, so it's like another set of our gym, but that's where students can go paddleboarding, zip lining, beach volleyball, so many fun activities during the fall semester with free food and free t-shirts, which all college students love.
Felician University can go ahead and respond next.
I'm sorry, did you say Felician?
Yes.
I'm sorry, my connection, I'm having an issue. So my favorite tradition on campus is actually Admitted Students Day. I'm a little bit biased, I guess, because I'm an admissions counselor, but we always make admitted students day really big, and we make it really fun. Like even this year, we're going to be able to do it partially in person, and we're going to be having food trucks, and we're doing a drive-through type of event so that we're able to kind of get students finally on campus and involved and meeting classmates. So I always love Admitted Students Day because it's a really great way for new students to really start to know each other and make friendships before they even start.
I have to agree as far as Admitted Students Day. That's also my favorite activity. And I'm not just saying that because I'm an admissions counselor. I'm an alumni and a current student as well. I've been with the college for many years. And I feel that a lot of students meet their future roommates. They get to learn about their future field of study. They get to meet professors and students that are in their field of study. So it really gives them a great, well-rounded experience of all facets of Florida Southern.
And for Georgia Southern, mine would definitely be Freedom's Flight. So Freedom is our live bald eagle. He'll fly at football games. He'll go to pretty much all sporting events, but he flies before the football games. He'll fly at our commencement ceremonies. He's definitely the most popular anything on our campuses. People love lining up and getting pictures with him, but we call it the most exciting 30 seconds in football, where he flies before the game to get us all amped up. And he's just the coolest bird that lives on our Statesboro campus. So students get to see him every single day.
My favorite event that we've had at Georgian Court, or like a thing that generally happens near the beginning of the semester, we have what's called Club Day. There's this one sort of sidewalk that cuts through the main section of campus, and near the beginning of the semester, before people have really learned about all of the clubs, everybody will set up different tables all along the sidewalk, put up their little poster boards, set out their free candy, and basically everybody, if you're a student there, is going to be heading down that little sidewalk when it comes to whether you're going to class or getting food. So you're going to see all of the different clubs. And it's very, very cool just to get to see how everybody's presenting themselves, what they're giving away. Worst case scenario, you could just take all the free candy and head on your way. But we've got so many different things to do, such a variety, that you're basically guaranteed to find something really, really fun. It's really awesome to see all the connections being made.
My favorite Gettysburg College tradition is actually our stoles of gratitude. These are sashes that students wear on graduation day. So after your 4 years of time at Gettysburg are coming to a close, at the end of the ceremony, it is traditional for students to present their bright blue stole of gratitude to a faculty member, to an administrator, to somebody on campus, or in some cases, their parents or a family member. This stole of gratitude to thank them for how they've supported them through their college experience and how they've made an impact on their lives. So I remember presenting my stole of gratitude to my supervisor in the admissions office, and here I am 5 years later working for the admissions office. So it really is a sweet tribute to the relationships that you build here at Gettysburg College.
Perfect. Thank you all for responding to that question. With that said, that does conclude our college fair for this evening, but I do have a few closing announcements. So as you close out the Zoom session for today, a quick survey will appear. It's approximately 4 questions or so, but please respond with your feedback. It's very useful for us as we aim to improve our virtual college fairs going forward. Also want to remind you all that you can sign up for additional sessions, so feel free to visit our registration site. And then finally, again, this recording will be available within about a week or so. So feel free to visit our website, strivescan.com/New Jersey. With that said, I want to thank you all for joining us, and I hope everyone has a great evening. Thank you. Bye.